Maybe they should have been clapping because the closing bell stopped the bleeding. Wall Street ended up having its worst day since 2022. You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. The heavy losses come at a time where there are fears of an economic slowdown. Here's a look at the damage. You can see the Dow is down more than 2.5%. The NASDAQ nearly 3.5%. And the S&P 500 doesn't look any better, down about 3%. Now, many investment advisors are telling people not to panic here. Newsday business reporter James T. Mador explains what we might expect moving forward.
My colleague Jonathan Lamantia and I have been talking to economists and financial planners today, and they're predicting that we're going to see a couple of rough days going forward. However, there's very little economic news this week and next week. That economic news is what often drives stocks either higher or lower. John Rizzo, an economist at Stony Brook University, told me he believes that the stock market will settle down at this lower level, and then we'll see more action with the next jobs report, or possibly in September when the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates.
Now, to read more about the stock market slide and other local business stories, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And a man has been sentenced 6 to 12 years in prison for a drunk driving crash that killed a 6-year-old girl 2 days before her birthday.
As her mother stated, instead of getting to watch her little girl blow out the candles in her birthday cake, her light instead was taken from all of us.
Court man pleaded guilty to assault and driving while intoxicated. Prosecutors say Jorge Bonilla Gutierrez's blood alcohol content was more than double the legal limit. The crash happened in Hempstead last August. And a lawsuit has been filed over the Boar's Head listeria recall. A Queens woman is suing Boar's Head for not disclosing the contamination sooner. Authorities say at least 33 people in 13 states have been hospitalized and 2 have died. More than 70 products have been recalled. Boar's Head did not respond for comment. And a Long Island diner is closing its door after 40 years in business. Professor's Diner in Kings Park will close at the end of the month. The owner blames rising prices and a declining customer base. The restaurant currently has 6 employees. And bad behavior is on the rise on the LIRR. Alfonso Castillo has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Inconsiderate Long Island Railroad riders are facing some tough questions.
How were you raised? Do you do this at home?
Whether it's people putting feet up on seats, taking up space with luggage, eating, playing loud music, even vaping, bad behavior on the Long Island Railroad is nothing new. But some riders say that it's worse than ever.
You see people, and when it's very busy on the train, a lot of people standing up, people taking up 3 seats.
There's been phone calls on speaker while we're riding, quiet, people blasting music.
Play the music loud without, just because you like Katy Perry doesn't mean I do.
These days, riders like Jonah Wiener say the behavior they routinely see on the railroad isn't just inconsiderate, it's incomprehensible.
I've seen women doing their nails. I hate when people put on their makeup on the train, but like I said, talking on the phone on speakerphone at 7 o'clock in the morning is it's outrageous to me.
Have you seen toenail clipping? We've heard of this one a lot.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. What do you think when you see that?
I just kind of mutter to myself, are you kidding me?
Some riders say the loss of civility on the LIRR can be traced back to the COVID-19 pandemic, when relatively few people were riding the train. When riders started returning to the railroad, some forgot the rules of the road. The railroad, that is. To help remind them, the MTA last year launched a public awareness campaign emphasizing that courtesy counts.
It's easy to forget how individual behavior can impact your fellow rider. So, what we want people to do is just, again, be courteous.
But there may be no getting through to some of the LIRR's most revolting riders.
I talked to a woman who said she saw somebody pick their ears and smear the earwax on the window.
That's why I can't see out the windows.
Riding the LIRR with some very courteous commuters.
Busted.
I'm Alfonso Castillo for Newsday TV.
Now, to read more about bad behavior on the LIRR, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by King O'Rourke Automotive Group.
Flag football stars in Suffolk are being honored. Carissa Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
For the first time since flag football hit the varsity turf, the National Football Foundation Suffolk chapter honored the sport's top players who also excel in the classroom, with Sayville's Ava Rube named the inaugural top scholar athlete.
It just means so much. Like, it's making me feel very, like my hard work paid off, you know, all like the nights I was up past midnight studying because I had 2 practices, but it's nice to be, honored.
Rube, who has been cheering since she was just 4 years old, led the county in tackles and was named the MVP of a team that won county and Long Island titles.
You were a cheerleader for basically your whole life. Did you ever see yourself playing another sport in high school?
I really didn't. Like, my dad really wanted me to do it, but I didn't think I was cut out for it because cheer and flag football are just so different. And then I actually gave it a shot and I loved it.
What was it like learning the rules of flag football?
It was a lot. A lot to memorize, a lot of times studying the playbook. It wasn't very tedious, honestly. Like, studying the plays, it was interesting.
Sayville coach Reed Sands was named the Coach of the Year, and the Golden 7 honorees from across the county were also recognized.
Golden 7 honoree from West Babylon High School, Olivia Stewart.
Rube will continue her cheerleading career at Florida State this fall. But before she goes, she believes her and her teammates have set the stage for future golden flashes.
We all worked really hard to end up where we were, and we just want everyone to keep that going year after year.
In Hauppauge, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Congrats to them. Now, to read more exclusive sports stories on Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your wet and stormy Long Island weather. The weather is not going to be a great one pretty much all week, folks, so buckle in. You can see tonight we're in partly cloudy skies, and tomorrow there's those storms I'm talking about. Taking a look at tomorrow, you can see that the rain pretty much moves in around noontime and sticks with us throughout. And for how long it stays, well, take a look for yourself. Here's our 7-day forecast with everything but sun.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.